just finishing off here at Old Trafford, getting the fans' opinion after a shocking result against Manchester City. How do you see where we're at now, and how do you see what you saw today?
Absolutely shocking. Ollie should be gone. Maguire should be gone. Do you know what? When Ollie made Maguire captain, he should have been gone as soon as he did that. Because when I see Maguire, do you know what I see? Just a fucking fool at centre-back that can't run. He just passes it forward. He can't play centre-back because he needs Varane. Imagine being a centre-back captain for United, right? And you need Varane. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, fuck Maguire. Get a partner for Varane. Do you know what I mean? And then you have Fred, and then you have McTominay. Why does Ollie start McTominay? Because McTominay loves United. He's one of our own. Do you know what? But he's not fucking good enough.
We've won games.
Do you know what I mean?
Before, though. We've won games with McTominay.
Okay, we won games with McTominay. Did we win against City with McTominay and Fred?
They are not good enough.
Do you know what I mean? After seeing that tonight, right? Are you saying McTominay is better than who? Rice? See, Rodri isn't talked about, but Rodri played as if he was like prime Busquets. Yeah. Do you get me? And we have who do we have? Fred, McTominay,
and Donny van de Beek.
Come here, when Donny van de Beek he came on, he made a forward pass. Yeah. The biggest cheer I've ever heard. I was beside this ref for the end, right? The biggest cheer I've ever heard was when he passed it forward. Because when I saw McTominay and Fred playing. Sideways. They play it forward. Greenwood gets the ball, cuts back, sideways.
It's very predictable.
Ollie is praying that Lindelof or someone makes a good ball to Bruno, and then Bruno plays in Rashford or Bernardo. That's what he's praying for. When Pep was going into that game, right, with a fucking plan, with a proper plan to break us down, he broke us down to bits. Our best players were like fucking. They
didn't have the ball.
It was a training game. It was a training game.
Got the ball and he wants to pass it forward. He passes it forward to either Greenwood, Ronaldo, or the full-back bombing on. The full-backs today, they were playing like actual, like not a back five full-backs.
No.
And you pass it forward to Ronaldo, got a man on his back. Pass it to Greenwood, man on his back. If you play with a three up top, he's got somebody to the left, somebody to the right, somebody in front, Bruno. Then he's got the full-backs bombing on. Four at the back, just better than five.
Foden was left wing today, yeah? Whenever Foden got the ball, boom, breezes past Wan-Bissaka. And every time United, right, every time someone crosses it in or they square it, we concede. We do concede every time that happens. Not every time, but like, come on.
It's a high chance that it's dangerous.
60% of the time. I saw they crossed it in, our centre-backs were still, and City were running in towards the goal to get a header, to get something on it. What were we doing? I'm telling you, Maguire, I'll tell you right now, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Pogba, McTominay, cancer to this club. I'll tell you now, loads of people disagree with me, yeah? I'm telling you now, if who do United compare themselves to? City. Chelsea.
So you're saying, compared to those teams, those players.
If we want to win a trophy with those players, Maguire, Fred, McTominay,
we talk about like we conceding from crosses, but we can't even get on the ball.
We conceded from a cross there today, mad thing.
Yeah, but we can't get the ball to make that. We can't do it ourselves. And do you know
so he's talking about, hold on, he's talking about the tactics.
Do you know how many?
I'm going to come to you right now.
Do you know how many passes City made today? Like 820. We made like 300. That's 500 more passes than us. We need to forget about creating chances. Get on the ball and actually create something.
You see that? I swear to God, right? This is my first derby, yeah. I usually watch it on TV, yeah, but seeing it, just seeing it in person.
It's worse.
De Gea was kicking the ball out for a goal kick, and Maguire and Lindelof were in the box as if De Gea was going to pass to them, and we play from the back. And we play from the back. Are you messing? We play,
and that happens many times. Do you know what I mean? 1 second, just come through.
Ollie is a fucking
Neji, you were saying I'm not Ollie out. I'm Ollie for the rebuild. Not now. I'm saying all in this process, Ollie for the rebuild and stuff like that. I'm not even going to ask you where you stand on the manager right now, but with what you're seeing, because I think it's obvious where you're at with the manager. With what you're seeing and where we are at. What next? Because we are in freefall.
This is a difficult thing for me, bro, because, you know what I mean, as much as I can back the man for a rebuild, I said there'll be a time when he has to leave. Once the rebuild's done, he's got to go. The issue is, and it always come down to the guys above him who hire him. There's a part of me, not a lot of me, 10% of me feels slightly sorry for the man that he's still managing now, because He's not the one to make the decision to leave. He's not going to. He's a fan like us. If any fan around here was going to take that job and they had that without belief that they could change it round, ultimately we're not going to walk. The board are the ones who weren't prepared. The board are the ones that didn't actually make that chop. Do you know what I mean? That's where the issue is for me.
He can't sack himself.
Correct. And he can't sack himself. He should. For me, I don't think he should have managed the Liverpool game. But if anything, if you were going to pick any game and give any result, you would have gone Liverpool at home, 5-6-0 loss. He's got to go. The fact the guy hasn't even gone, I can't get angry at Ollie no more. I know what he's going to come with. I know what he's going to. Correct. So for me, I've got to put my energy to the board, and no matter what manager comes in, that's where my energy is. I'm never going to be Ollie out. I'm never going to be Ollie in. 100%. And the biggest issue, Flex, I think we're so divided because we're a lot of the fan base are making desperate decisions, and rightly so. We're put in a desperate position where we're having to have discussions and talks amongst ourselves as fans. We're not talking about the game no more. We're talking about who we're getting in as director of football, who we're getting in to replace managers, who's doing transfers. Why are we as fans? No other club that I can think of, top club, are having these conversations with the fan base. Most of the fan base are talking mainly about, oh, it was a great game, or did you see that little step over my man did? That's what I remember talking about when I started to see Ronaldo 08 doing his little fancy flicks, and he was doing a madness in the corner. I remember walking away talking about that. Now I'm having to talk about and have to go and research based on these idiot owners, in my opinion. Where now I'm having to, I can't enjoy the game because I know no matter what manager we get in, it's not going to work out. And I get that we need a new manager. And don't get me wrong, I will finish on this, bro. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a problem, but the problem for me is the board. Yeah. And until you sort the problem, we'll always have a problem, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at, man. But again, he's got to go, and it's got to be Ten Hag for me. And will the board make? Sorry, brother. Will the board make that decision? I'm begging. I'm hoping that they make a footballing decision. Because if we get a Ten Hag in, for me, what I can see there is that a structure can be built from the bottom upwards rather than the opposite way around. They're not going to give us a structure, but with Ten Hag, if he knocks on the Glazers' doors and goes, oh, I want this player, and they say no to him or give him someone else, he'll go straight to the youth and go, you know what, I'll take Gardner. Because I can play a system and a style with the players that we've got that will take pressure off you. And when he does need one player, maybe one or two, they aren't going to turn around and go, oh, I'm not going to give you 50 million. They'll be rubbing their hands going, you know what, we'll give you 50 million for one player. Because he knows the football he can play and get out of this team that we already have, who's young and talented enough. They will generally give us fans what we've been hoping for, and only from then will they'll be united in the fan base. And when we get that, then we can focus on the Glazers as a team.
Where we are now, obviously it was a derby, no intensity, couldn't pass. Like I was getting annoyed at McTominay, for example, because he's been too long on the ball. But then everyone was shying away, not giving him any options.
They didn't even have any options.
Like what were we watching? These are professional footballers who play for Man United. But then we have to say the coaching. It gets to a point where we say the coaching, because look at the players that we've got, and I just don't know where we go from here, because Ollie's in a comfortable situation, and whoever comes in is look how many since Fergie, Louis van Gaal, Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, all the same shit, you know. So it's like, where do we go? It's so depressing.
How are you seeing it, bro? Because
it's just there's no positives. The thing is, sometimes when you have like a loss and there's something positive to take from it or something you can build on. If you look at today, what positives can you take? You look at the formation. You look at the effort, the tactics, the communication, basics of football. Not even communicating. Shaw Maguire, no communication. Even Sunday League, you see better communication sometimes. Like, where's the positives from today? Like, for me, it's just like the hope. The hope is slightly going now. And look at the team we have on paper. The players we have, unbelievable. So something needs to change. Like, Ollie's not good enough. Like, he's done a good job, obviously, to bring the culture back, like attacking football at first last season. But now comes to a point, biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in the world. You need like a top class manager as well. Like, if you look at his CV, what's he done? So, yeah, bro.
Rubes, just to kind of finish it off, like, do you see if that United can make a change?
Well, what can we do now? We've tried to fight at the back against Atalanta, against Spurs, today again, and then we're reverting back to 4 at the back. We look a tiny bit better, but what does that really count for? We beat Tottenham, looking good again. Maybe we turned a corner, and then it's the same old boring, negative pragmatic, backwards, sideways football. And I don't want to rant about McFred all the time, Maguire and Lindelof, or all these tactics. It's just a whole from the top of the club to the bottom of the club. And it's just that, from even little things like the full-backs, wing-backs, whatever you want to call them, so high that when the three centre-backs get it, they need to find an option. The midfielders are here. Their midfielders, the Man City's midfielders are here. So where do they go? And the fans are getting annoyed and they get flustered and they don't know where to go because there's no option. And then we lose the ball and then we're in a worse position. And then we can't even get a foot on the ball. Man City made 500 more passes. 500 more passes than us. And what does that show about our football? Because there's no real way of playing football. And if we keep Ollie, there'll never be a real way of playing football. Like the previous guy said, he can't sack himself. It's all down to the Glazers. My frustration is with Ollie and it's with the Glazers. Because if it weren't for the Glazers, he would not be here right now.
Got to make it. And to finish off, do you think that managerial change will come?
Yeah, it's an international break now, so they got a week to make the change. For me, Erik ten Hag, best bet.
Yeah, you've always wanted him, yeah.
If not, Poch is looking a bit with PSG, so he could be sackable, but Ten Hag will come and do a good job.
Anyone but Ollie.
Anyone but Ollie.
Listen, we're finishing off here at Old Trafford. Look, you guys will know at home. You guys have seen it, what we've seen. We're in free fall. You almost detach it away from Ollie, like Ruben's saying here. He can't make the decision himself. You know, the reason why he's there is because the board still think he's good enough, and now they've missed out on an opportunity to sack him with Conte, and it looks like we're in free fall. And I don't see how he ever turns it around. I think we're all unanimous on that. Let us know what your views are in the bottom, in the comments. I want to know what you guys say. What did it look like from home? Because from here, it was absolutely shocking, and I don't think it will look much better from there. Smash a like on the video, guys, and subscribe if you're not new. Peace.